Hey there! So in this video I wanted us to take a closer look at the Kecay PK to EF mount lens adapter, and I've been wanting to make this review because there seems to be a lot of variance when it comes to build quality and how well some of these cheap lens adapters actually work. And I think that more people should play around a bit with vintage lenses because they're so much fun to shoot with, and you can get some really interesting results with these older lenses. I went out shooting for a while yesterday with this old 35mm prime, and I also brought this old 70 to 300 that I haven't used that much, but ever since I started shooting more with my filmic picture styles, I've been kind of wanting to adapt my older lenses to my Canon DSLR as well. So before I decided to get this specific adapter, I went through a lot of reviews online, and I could see that a lot of people had problems with adapters getting stuck on the lens or on the camera itself. I also saw a lot of people complaining about there being a significant play between the adapter and the lens, or the lens adapter and the camera. I even saw one guy posting a picture of a lens adapter he just received full of tiny metal shards from the manufacturing. So one of the first things that I did when I received my adapter was to give it a close inspection to make sure there were no residues from the manufacturing, and everything was super clean and tidy. So +1 for the QC of Kecay's production line, I guess. The adapter itself is a pretty simple construction. It's basically just a flat piece of metal with the EF mount on one side and the PK mount on the other side. And because these lenses don't have any electronics in them, there's no connectors or anything on these adapters. And that's one of the reasons why they're so affordable. The outer edge of the adapter have these notches to make it a bit more grippable, which is good because once you have the lens adapter mounted to your camera or on your lens, there's not a lot to grab onto because these adapters needs to be flush, but we'll get to that in a minute. Both the PK and the EF side have these little markers to help you locate the mounting position by just lining them up with the ones on your camera and the one on your lens. Now, because of how these adapters are designed, there's not much room for any fancy locking lever solutions. Instead, you've got this rather finicky locking plate located on the inside of the adapter that kind of hooks onto the grooves on the lens mount. And to remove the adapter, you just push back the little plate and then twist the adapter off the lens. It's kind of finicky, but at least it keeps the lens safe and secured. Now, with that said, there's a couple of things worth knowing when it comes to adapting lenses to your Canon DSLR. Pentax K, also known as PK mount lenses, are some of the easiest ones to adapt on your Canon DSLR, with the caveat that it only works on Canon's aps-c DSLR cameras with these types of adapters. If you're shooting a full frame camera, sadly there's not going to be enough room between the back of the lens and the mirror, so you would need to either modify the lens or get a different type of adapter, but we're not going to talk about those adapters in this video. One more thing when it comes to the distance between the back of the lens and the sensor, most manufacturers don't have the exact same distance between these two. So you might not be able to adapt all brands of lenses on your Canon DSLR. And the distance, if it's slightly out of whack, it may also cause some problems getting your lenses to focus to infinity. Some lenses will allow you to adjust for this on the lens itself. If you're having problems getting one of your lenses to focus to infinity, you can always try Googling and see if there's a guide on how you adjust that on that specific lens. Hey there, Future Thomas here. Just a little heads up. The camera won't know there's a lens attached because these older lenses don't have any electronics that communicates with the camera. So don't freak out if you see this on your screen. Instead, go to your custom settings and select release shutter without a lens, and you should be good to go from there. Now, I think that's it for today. I hope you know more about this than you did when this video started. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.